Hello guys and welcome to my channel Departure from the Usual. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, then do subscribe it and hit the like button as well. Before starting the video, I just want to tell you that from now on I'm going to take the name of one of my new subscribers in my videos and give a shout out to them. So make sure you hit that subscribe button right away. So today I'm covering the unsolved mystery behind the disturbing death of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam was living with a secret. She struggled with bipolar disorder. She found comfort writing through the highs and lows on her blog, named Ether Feels, where she expressed disappointment in herself for relapsing into her illness. She abandoned this blog in favor of her Tumblr account, where she continued to write about her struggle with bouts of mania and depression. On 26 January 2013, Elisa Lam arrived in LA. She had just come by Amtrak train from San Diego and was headed to Santa Cruz as part of a solo trip around the West Coast. The trip was supposed to be a getaway from her studies at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, where she was originally from. Her family was not in the favor of her traveling alone, but she was determined to go at it all alone. As a compromise, Elisa made sure to check in with her parents every day of the trip to let them know that she was safe. On January 31st, the day she was scheduled to check out of her LA hotel, her parents didn't hear from their daughter. And then they contacted the Los Angeles Police Department. The police searched the premises of the hotel but couldn't find her. So let me tell you a bit more about this hotel in which she stayed. So the name of the hotel is Cecil Hotel. At first, she stayed in a shared room, but her roommates took issue with her odd behaviors and Elisa moved to a private room. The Cecil Hotel, now known as the Stay on Main, is a historic hotel located at 640 South Main Street in Los Angeles. Even before the Elisa Lam issue, the hotel had a morbidly dark history. The Cecil was a grand hotel when it opened in 1927. But the Great Depression hit Los Angeles hard and the hotel fell quickly into decline. As decades passed, thousands of homeless people began moving into the area, which is now known as Skid Row. The hotel could not command high rates due to its location, which attracted guests who needed the cheapest place to stay. Often these guests were at extremely low points in life. But nothing is weird about all this, right? But no. During the 1960s, locals called it the suicide, as the hotel has seen at least 6 suicides and several murders, including the murder of an infant. And also many famous serial killers stayed there. The Night Stalker Richard and the notorious American murderer Jack Unterweger. But the question here is, why would Elisa choose a hotel in such a poor location with an evil past? Likely she didn't know. And during all this, she was continuously documenting bits of her journey on her blog. On January 31st, she was scheduled to check out, but never did. The police were unable to obtain a warrant allowing them to search each room, but they were able to search the common areas and the rooftop. Still, they found no trace of Elisa. Now, rooftop is the most important part of this story, so make sure you stick until the end of this video to know about rooftop. Days passed and Elisa was still missing, but she made a few odd blog posts. She mentioned she lost her phone and strange men pursued her aggressively. Elisa was using public transportation to get around LA, which is not the safest mode of travel for a single girl unfamiliar with the neighborhood. But something strange was yet to be discovered by the police. They soon released surveillance footage taken from the cameras at the Cecil Hotel on their website. And this is the point where things turn into the truly bizarre. The hotel video showed Elisa Lam in one of its elevators on the date of her disappearance, acting very strange. In this footage, Lam can be seen stepping into the elevator and pushing all the floor buttons. She steps in and out of the elevator, poking her head out sideways toward the hotel's hallways in between. She peers out of the elevator another few times before stepping out of the elevator entirely. The last minutes of the video show Elisa standing by the left side of the door, moving her hands in random gestures. Nobody else was captured on the video except Elisa. The video went viral and millions of people saw it, and it reached all the way to Canada and China, where Elisa's family is originally from. 2 weeks passed after the discovery of that strange video, but after 2 weeks on February 19th, maintenance worker Santiago Lopez found Elisa Lam's dead body floating in one of the hotel water tanks. Santiago Lopez made the discovery after responding to complaints from hotel patrons about how low water pressure and a weird taste coming from the tap water. And at times the water would appear black. So how did Elisa end up in the water tank? So there are tons of rumors and wild theories about her death, but because the circumstances surrounding the drowning called the manner of death into question, clearly the cause of death was not drowning. So what really happened? Did Elisa drown herself? Did someone murder her? Or was she influenced by the paranormal? Or it was just a horrible accident? So if you remember, she was complaining in her blog posts that an unknown person was following her. So if an unknown killer followed her up to the rooftop, that killer managed to evade security cameras as well as hotel staff and not leave a trace. Also, Elisa had no clothes on her when her body was discovered. Her autopsy showed no evidence of trauma or sexual assault. Now, some people also said that she was communicating with an invisible presence in the hallway. At times, she was bending her wrist unnaturally in the video, but it was unnatural. We cannot say that it was supernatural. Theories around the internet also wondered how Elisa shut the heavy latch on the water tank. Well, according to me, she didn't. According to Mayo Clinic, a person with bipolar disorder who is experiencing a manic episode may experience euphoria and have a diminished ability to make healthy decisions. Mania can also lead to psychosis, hallmarked by hallucinations, delusions, and even strange body movements as seen in the video. No one saw Elisa before her death, but at least one person did see her soon before her death. At a nearby shop named The Last Bookstore, owner Katie Offen was amongst the last to see Elisa Lam alive. Katie Offen remembered the college student buying books and music for her family back in Vancouver. It seemed like Elisa had plans to return home, plans to give things to her family members and reconnect with them. So this fact is making me hard to believe that she was feeling suicidal. The toxicology report confirmed that Elisa has consumed a number of medical drugs, likely to be medication for her bipolar disorder, but there were no indications of alcohol or illegal substances in her body. But even if she was suffering from mental health issues, how did she end up dead? And furthermore, how did she end up in the hotel's water tank? Who is bloody responsible for the death of Elisa Lam? Elisa's parent filed a wrongful death suit against the Cecil Hotel several months after their daughter's death was uncovered. They stated that the hotel had a duty to inspect and seek out hazards in the hotel that presented an unreasonable risk of danger to Elisa and other hotel guests. Also, Santiago Lopez, who was the first to find Lam's body, described in detail how much effort he had to exert just to find her body. But at the end, the lawsuit was dismissed as the Los Angeles Superior Court judge ruled that the death of Elisa Lam was unforeseeable because it had happened in an area that guests were not allowed to access. Guys, with all these facts, I am unclear behind the mystery of Elisa Lam's death. What are your thoughts on this case? Do write down in the comments below. I'll meet you next time with another weird mystery. Until then, signing off.